the city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly, as they get ready to match up with the New York Giants. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Right back to Mitchell on second down. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early. They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. From the gun, it's Rodgers. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeff Ramsey. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. So, Charles, you look at this offense. What a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On play action, now Carr. He sets to fire deep. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Rodgers. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Eagles are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. 1st down and much more here for Jones. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. After 1 on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jones. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 69 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10 and all the way down to the 5. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. And he's in. Touchdown. And Jones with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Bunker on to kick it away. Now Jones. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for a save. Chase Young. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 39. On play action, now Rodgers. He'll let it go deep for Beckham, and it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. On play action, it's Rodgers. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. They took their shot, but the coverage up to the task, and it forces a 4th down. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one, as it's good from 56 yards out. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It was Kwity Paye who made the stop coming off the edge. Second and 10. A give to Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Throwing his car on 3rd down. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, Jones. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. This is Jones. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. 113 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down. The give is to Jones. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And this one is right down the middle. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Again, it's Jones. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Five in the secondary now for the Giants here on third. They'll try and run for it with Jones. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Philadelphia. And Jones, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Rodgers now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Rodgers now to throw. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off at about the 31. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Eagles touchdown. Aaron Jones with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, here's Bunker on to kick it away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. Hands it off out of the gun. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And Ingram holds it in. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers, he'll let it go deep for Beckham. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Odell Beckham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Matt LaFleur, he tells the offense, stay out there, go for 2. Rodgers will throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And the Giants are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run it with Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Here's Thomas Morstead now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. He's going to float this one deep right side. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. Rodgers now on 1st down. Over the middle to Beckham. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now it's Rodgers. The hitter here, it's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last 2 plays, both losses. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Being chased out left. This is caught. Touchdown! Elijah Mitchell, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he will bring it back It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown.
Come on.
So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a two-point conversion. So after the INT, it's Rodgers eluding the pressure right. And that's caught at the 2. But he will not get in here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. So we'll see the onside kick here right out of the 2-minute warning. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Wow. 240 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Jones. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. Ball at a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
Oh, I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating, even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned down, and they had it ready to go, and their guys executed.
Yeah, they were concerned not only about moving the ball through the air, but also on the ground, but both really started to come in sync. So for the Eagles, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Giants, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions.